Good morning. It's Delusion Dispeller. Somebody wanted me to come on here and do a video in the morning. So I was like, what am I going to do a video about? But I thought of the perfect thing. As some of you know, I went to a family and friends giving yesterday. It's basically our second Thanksgiving. And I was thinking, my brain goes in weird places sometimes. I'll just come up with these random ideas, and just for fun, I'll do them. So as you see, it says Pepto-Bismol and clickbait as the title. Now, what does that have to do with anything? Well, for a long time, when I went to family gatherings, I was telling people that I didn't feel good afterwards. And my daughter gets a big kick out of this because when my stomach is upset, I drink ginger tea. So now every time I'm at a family gathering, she says, "And Mom, I don't want to hear that you're sick the next day because," well, yesterday she said, "because Carol, my eldest daughter that you met on my last video from yesterday, because Carol doesn't have any ginger." So it's like a big joke with the family that I drink ginger tea and that I complain about the family food. Well, the reason I called it Pepto Bismol and clickbait is, if you notice, I spelled Pepto Bismol wrong. So that's the first thing that any of us very choleric and melancholy people are going to notice is a misspelled word, probably more melancholy personality. And they're going to go, "What on earth? Why'd she spell that wrong? And why is she talking about clickbait?" Well, there's a reason I'm talking about clickbait. Hey, Stephanie, people are complaining constantly. "Oh, she just put that title on there for clickbait." In other words, you go on and it's baiting you to go on and listen to something, but then you get there and it's not about anything that you're reading in the title. But in my case, this is about what I put in the title. I baited people to notice the misspelled word and to notice the word clickbait and also to notice the word Pepto Bismol. Because who does a video on that? Only Dee Dee can come up with that one. Only me. Anyways, I don't actually take Pepto Bismol. That's the clickbaity part of it. I can't stand Pepto Bismol. It makes me sicker than before I took it. But what I do know now about family gatherings is that I need to be very careful how I eat because during the week, and I hadn't realized this till I started doing this with my husband, during the week when we lost our food stamps and we started struggling to have to pay for everything out of the pocket, which we were not used to doing, we would eat very carefully, and we still do, which is why we're able to lose the weight or keep the weight off. My husband lost, what, 50 pounds?
Mhm.
In what, the last maybe 5, 6 months?
Yes.
50 pounds in like the last 5 or 6 months because of how careful we eat. We eat pretty much, we have a breakfast usually. He eats at Taco Bell. I make myself some egg based thing usually, or maybe like oatmeal in the morning. And then I eat the school lunch, but I eat super carefully. I don't eat a lot of the bread or the potatoes and stuff. I tend to divide things in half. And then when we come home, we usually pick a meat and a vegetable, and very rarely ever do we eat carbs. We don't eat pasta, we don't eat rice usually. We did the other night because that's all we had, but usually we're eating meat and vegetables. Um, I I'm talking about my dinner last night and how I feel today, basically. Anyways, so, and we'll talk about other things too, Mrs. Analyzer. Um, this was just on my mind, so I decided to pop in and do a live video because people were begging me to come on and do a live video this morning. And I thought, I can't sleep. It's early in the morning. Whoever catches the early morning shows will be happy that I came on, I guess. So, anyhow, I realized that when you eat super carefully during the week and then you have these family gatherings on a weekend and you take a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of this, and you wake up the next morning feeling like crud, like I do. It's not that people undercooked the food. It's not that I have food poisoning. It's that I overtaxed my gastrointestinal system. So that's why I said Pepto Bismol, because that's usually what people take after they eat, really bad. But I'm not going to be taking that. I drink ginger tea and I eat super carefully again and get back on track. Anyhow, the other thing I wanted to talk about was actually clickbait. People that don't make videos don't realize that people that make videos purposely clickbait you. We want you to watch our videos. So we purposely put things in there that are going to catch your eye. That's not a hidden secret. It's not sneaking around. It's not being deceptive or mean to you. It's just what we do as videographers. We make a clickbaity title. We name some kind of weird thing so you look and go, ooh, what's that about? Everybody does that. TV producers do that. Everybody does. So before you flip out and tell people they're doing clickbait, you might want to think about the fact that we all are. If a videographer knows their stuff, they're going to bait you to reel you into their channel. That's just what we do. Why come on if you're not going to have people watching you? There's no point. We don't want to sit here and talk to a screen. Well, maybe some of us do. I don't. I'd rather have interaction with people talking to me. So, yeah, that's why I said that. Anyway, I could conclude there, but I'm not going to. So, what do everybody here, the 5 of you, want to talk about this morning? What's on your mind? This isn't just about me. I just thought that was a cute title, and I just wanted to explain about what clickbait does and why we use it, since I am a video maker. What's going on with everybody? What's planned for your day today? You gonna make a video this morning, Mrs. Analyzer? You usually do the bright and early ones. I know you got your new private channel too. Everybody's so quiet. Cool. Probably nobody's had their coffee yet this morning, right? Oh, another thing I do besides drinking ginger tea is I take a sinus medicine for allergies because I have food allergies. And if I even eat a little bit of gluten food, it helps. I don't have celiac. I just don't tolerate gluten well or wheat. But it definitely helps clear up my sinuses and let me breathe. So how do we fill in the empty space of nothingness and nobody talking? Do I just sit and stare at the screen and hope somebody says something? My husband says, yeah. I don't want to do that. You guys say something. Say something, I'm giving up on you. Every time I say that, I think of that song. I love singing that song too. That's kind of like, when I think of that song, I think of somebody married to a narcissist who's giving them the silent treatment. It's that desperation. Talk to me, say something. My husband plays some weird video games. He's got these weird things with bouncing eyeballs chasing his character. Did I have fun with my daughter yesterday? I did. I always have fun with my daughter. I really do. I miss my youngest daughter. Somebody was going to, I guess, they were talking about going and picking her up from college yesterday because they didn't know, I guess she's on vacation already.
They didn't know.
Oh, they did know? But nobody wanted to go get her?
I don't think they had time.
They kept on talking about who's going to go get Amber, who's going to go get Amber, and nobody wanted to do it because, well, it was nighttime anyway by that time, wasn't it?
Yeah, the weather is bad.
And the weather was terrible. Nobody wanted to drive out there, so nobody went and picked up Amber. But they might pick her up pretty soon, and she might stay with her dad, I'm guessing, because her dad just got in that accident. He didn't fall 30 feet, I guess. He said he didn't fall that far, but the way he fell, he shattered his elbow. You described the whole thing to me yesterday. My brother-in-law said, what did you think when you heard that Roland was in the hospital? I said, well, he can't brag about never being in the hospital or sick again. Because, he likes to brag about that. Well, I'm going to live forever and I'm healthy as a horse and all of you people have had all kinds of things. I'm not the one in and out of the hospital. Well, he had his turn. The Bible says pride goes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. That's what I thought of, actually. You got to be careful how you act around people because When you make fun of people or act like you're better than them, sometimes something will come and bite you in the tail. And then you're not going to be bragging anymore. That goes for me too, anybody. Usually when I brag, I'm just being goofy and having a good time. And I'm just full of myself sometimes. I admit it. Life is too short to be, all serious all the time. But yes, I did have a lot of fun. Those keto rolls were out of this world, but I was smart this time and only ate one of them. What?
Nothing.
What did I do?
You didn't do anything.
Well, you shook your head at me.
Because you're weird.
Well, we know I'm weird. Most YouTubers are weird or very ultra professional. And I obviously don't do the ultra professional thing most of the time. But yeah, we had a wonderful time. Actually, everybody did, I think. We were playing a goofy game called Is it Relative Insanity? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
And it was perfect for our family because everybody knows our family is crazy in a good way. We're just all goofballs, the whole lot of us. So the daughters went and played Uno, I think.
No, I think it was Phase 10.
Phase 10?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a riot. I love that game. We need to get that. It's one of my favorite games, actually. And we were playing the Relative Insanity game. And it was a little bit crass for me. I don't like that kind of stuff. But it was a Jeff Foxworthy game. So what are you expecting with Jeff Foxworthy?
Can I have my chair?
Yes, you can. My husband wants his chair back.
Starting to hurt my back.
I'm going to have to move into another area. So come with me if you like. To keep your chair clean.
Okay. Did I, man?
All right. Hang on, I gotta turn the light on because I went to the bedroom again. Bear with me a minute. There we go. All right. Hopefully that will be bright enough for you to see anything. Not that there's a whole lot to see in the morning because there's nothing that impressive going on in my bedroom in the morning except me trying to wake up. All right. Anyways. Well, thank you, Mrs. Analyzer, for actually putting a comment. You are the only one talking right now. Mrs. Analyzer, did we find anything new out about the Watts case by chance? Or is it pretty much same old news? I did see a picture. I don't remember whose site it's on. It might have been Scott Reich or Resch or whatever his name is, where Chris is strapped into the lie detector test, but you can see his face. I wondered why, when they showed that lie detector test, why they were showing us the back of his head or the side of him. Never ending, yeah. I figured as much. I think I inhaled some ginger. Oh, wow. Yeah, don't do that. Don't inhale dry spices. Bad plan. Well, and I think you told me last night that they're actually doing a psych evaluation on him. I hope so. Seriously, do. That's really what I've been interested in and waiting for all along anyhow. I don't know what to say, everybody. Does anybody have any comments or want to talk? I don't even know if the person that wanted me to come on here is in here right now. Oh, about the case? Is that what you mean? People making up stuff and lack of knowledge? You can use my name in that because I admit I'm not a criminologist. I don't know all the details. I was just making observations on the behaviors. Feel free to use me. I give you permission if you want to use my DD name or whatever. Doesn't matter to me. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine too. I'm just saying if you wanna say, some people don't know what they're talking about, like me, because I don't. Not about, like, specifics of the case. I just know this behavior disturbs me when I see it, no matter who it is. Could have been anybody. I'm sure it'll be an interesting show nonetheless. 2 o'clock though, huh? I don't know what I'll be doing at 2. I know tonight is hubby's and my date night, so I probably won't be doing a video tonight. Oh, that's a good idea. 'Cause hey, good morning, Tracy. Looking at those documents, there really is quite a bit that could be misinterpreted or misunderstood by the untrained eye, which my eye is untrained. I am not a criminologist. I am not a person that interprets court documents or anything like that. So I would love to hear what you have to say about it. And even if I don't catch your live show, if you post it like on YouTube, I will go back and watch it just because I watch all your videos anyway, because I think you're interesting. I don't want to just hear me talk. I go to Sherry Wayne's or Wines. I go to Scott Reich's. I go to Mrs. Golightly. I just think everybody has a different view and it's interesting. Um, I think we're watching a movie. What all were we doing for date night, honey? He doesn't remember. I know we're watching a movie. I remember he said that. I don't remember what else he said because he told me as I was falling asleep. And if you're like I am when you're tired, only a quarter of what anybody's saying is registering. So yeah, he was telling me when I was sleepy. So I don't remember. I just remember the movie part. Hey, Shireen. He might have said something about a dinner. Hmm. I wish I did remember because I think it was something fun. Oh well, maybe it'll come back to him later. We've been doing this thing where we take turns making dinner too. That's been pretty fun. He's come up with some really good dinners. And then once he's cooking, then he wants to do it every day. He's the type of person that once he does something, enjoys it, then he wants to keep doing it. Kind of like a habit. I will say one thing, since you're going to be talking about the Watts documents later. And I was thinking of making an actual video about this, but I don't think I have enough information to. If by chance Chris Watts has any form of autism or Asperger's, it would make sense that he goes to concerts and he does this whole finger hand sign garbage thing. Because one thing I know about people that have autism and Asperger's, they are copycats. They will see something, they like it, they latch onto it, and they'll do it over and over and over again. I'm not really sure Chris even had a clue half the time what he was doing at those concerts or what this means or this or that or whatever. I don't think he knows or knew. I think he just thought it was cool because everybody else was doing it. And was he really taking into consideration some of the words of Metallica that he was chanting along with the other people? I don't know. I think he was just copycatting and mimicking people. That's just a thought in my head, if he is autistic or has Asperger's. Yeah, but do they really understand what they're even doing, Tracy? He just thought, well, everybody around me is doing it, so I'm going to join in. It's like that at a Christian concert. Some people don't even know the words of the song. Some people aren't even Christians that go to Christian concerts, but they see everybody around them shouting some words to a song or lifting their hands and praising God. They don't even know God. They're just going through the motions, is what I'm saying. Because it really bothered me when I saw that Chris Watts was doing that. And it made me wonder because he seems so disconnected from everything. Does he really get what's even going on? Or does he just kind of like go with the flow, whatever, if it feels good, do it, wherever the moment is. But then I wonder, how did you stay in a marriage for that long if you were just going through the motions? I don't know. There's so many questions, so many questions. And then what makes you just one day decide, oh, I changed my mind. I want to be with you. So I'm just going to crumble up the clay over here, throw it in the garbage, and be done. Because that's essentially what he did. He objectified people and killed them. Oh, that's cool, Tracy. I mean, that's one thing that we could talk about is objectification of people. Narcissists do it. I don't know if autistic people necessarily objectify people, but maybe they do if they have like extreme autism. I don't know that much about autism. I know several people that have it. My cousin's sons have autism, a couple of them. She's got 11 kids, so I'm not sure how many of the 11 have autistic traits. But I do know that people with autism think very differently. Well, people with dissociative identity disorder do too. Yes, that's what I'm waiting for too, Shireen. I'm just making observations, that's all. Not saying this is law. I'm not saying Chris Watts is autistic. I didn't say that. I'm just saying if he is, some of his odd interacting with people makes sense, if that is. And again, for those of the people that will watch this and say, "You're making excuses. You're from the Chris Watts fan club." No, I'm not. I'm just making an observation and an opinion. He does know right from wrong, and if he does have a breakdown after he calms down, he will apologize. Yeah, I've seen that before. Definitely. I've worked with autistic children in the past, so I know. Oh yeah, they are very big on certain things. Like some of them are very big in manners. Some of them are very big on people getting along around them. They don't like that tension. Um, Actually, my foster mom took care of a little boy that had autism, and he did the rocking and the stimming with his hands. She actually broke him of it somehow. I don't remember how she did it, but that kid is a whiz kid to this day. She somehow repatterned his brain. I don't know. My foster mom's amazing anyway. Maybe someday I'll have her on a live show. I don't know if she'd do it. She's not really into anything controversial, so and she's kind of shy. But she's an amazing person. Yeah, it's really early. Oh, really, Tracy? Wow. Yeah, well, I think they do tend to focus on one area. And I went back and watched that hot dog video that he did, the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse song. I don't know. Hang on, my husband's asking me something. It was here. Did it? Here you go.
Thank you.
And it's charged.
Look at you.
Are you born with autism or you develop it? Maybe Chris Watt's parents know. Tracy, I'll let you answer that. I'm not the autism specialist here. Are you born with it or is it something you develop? I think you're born with it. That's what I've heard. So I don't know. Oh, sensory stimulation thing, Tracy? Yeah, they have brushing too that you can do for autistic children or people. I don't know if it works with adults, but it works pretty good with children. Oh, man. I don't like this lighting for my videos, but there's not a whole lot of places I can be right now. And I don't feel like standing up to film like I usually do. So this is where I will be. Oh, you used to brush him? Okay, anyway, getting back to that. Hot dog, hot diggity dog. Ugh. I don't like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse anyways because I don't like Disney. Yes, I like singing Disney songs. So before somebody goes there eventually and says, "She doesn't like Disney, but she's singing all the music from it." I love Disney music, but just because people produced songs for Disney does not mean that the songs are evil. But the background of that place, well, do the research. You'll find out for yourself. Anyway, just too much repetition with the dude. The running around and around and around in circles. The hot dog, hot diggity dog, the all that stuff says something's up. Something's wrong up there to me. And something's always been wrong, I'm pretty sure. And for whatever reason, his parents didn't reveal that information to us. They didn't say, "Oh, well, Chris has this issue," or "Chris has that issue." They just sang his praises. He was a good boy. He never got in trouble. He never did anything wrong until this. Somehow, I could be wrong, but I don't want to buy that. I don't want to believe that. I do not want to believe that suddenly this man just did this heinous thing. I want to believe that there's other things in the past that nobody's talking about that are going to come out, that we're going to go, "Oh, okay. So this isn't the first time he's done something like this." Because it just puts people's minds at ease. When someone is that vicious and that disgusting and despicable in a crime, that their past is shady. It's like in your mind, you're thinking, there just has to be more. That's what I'm thinking anyway. That's where I'm at on the whole Chris Watts thing. Who had a nice house? Who are you talking about, Beanard? It's an interesting name, by the way. Beanard. Oh, yeah, I guess it wasn't as nice as her first house. But I'm not talking about Shanann. Rest in peace, Shanann. I'm not discussing her. I've had enough hassle from that. I'm talking about Chris. He is alive. His brain is still in his head. We can learn a lot from examining the strange oddities of Chris Watts and how he behaved in the marriage, how he betrayed the marriage, and went and did the unthinkable, beyond unthinkable, to four innocent beings that did not deserve to have that happen to them. That's what I want to know. The why. It's that little 2-year-old girl in me or 3-year-old girl saying, "Why? But why? Why? Why does the sun rise? Why do birdies sing? Why do people kill? Why do we have war? Why can't people get along?" That's what my inquiring mind wants to know at this point. Why? So I'll be eagerly awaiting if they do share his psychological evaluation, which I'm pretty sure they will. They've shared everything else I didn't think they'd ever put on here, so I'd be surprised if they didn't share that too. I'm really wondering why they even shared what they did so far. Maybe for newsworthy stuff? I don't know. I don't know what decisions they make that tells them, "Yes, show this to the public," or "No, don't." Oh my gosh, Beanard. That's terrible. Well, and Shireen, if he does have some form of autism, he doesn't know he had everything. He just knew what was in front of him. And he knew that something else came along that was better. And, oh, I need to get rid of this in order to have this fully. I guess. I'm again conjecturing here. I don't know. Tracy, you have the son that was born with autism or has autism. How do you think an autistic adult would have seen a marriage? and then seeing this new mistress person coming along and wanting to get out of it. How would an autistic person view that? What was he thinking, do you think? Again, this is just conjecturing. We don't know. We're not in his head. We weren't there. But how would an autistic person view that? You know, old thing, had it for a long time, new shiny thing that looks so much better. Um, maybe, well, a new relationship anyway looks better to everybody. It's like something new, it's exciting. It's like anything new that you get, a new game, a new toy, new people, a new friend. There's that honeymoon phase. And if he did just meet her, he was still in the honeymoon phase. And when you meet somebody and they just rock your world, you're just totally sucked into that. That whole oxytocin thing that I've talked about before. You know, his wife, Shanann, was old news to him. And maybe that's the way he saw it. Right. We don't know what people think. Exactly. I just know from my own personal experience that when I would have, okay, like my divorces, for instance, I had to let go of the old to move on to the new. Now, obviously, I didn't go and murder my husbands. I just moved on, and they're still alive and well, one of them's alive and well. The other one has dementia. But I didn't harm them when I left. In fact, I left peaceably. I didn't even ask them for anything. I just said, I want to go. I want to leave. I want to be done with this. Oh, interesting, Tracy. So it's like that detachment. But what makes somebody detached to the point where they actually wipe somebody out? Just totally done with them, erase them from history. That to me is narcissistic. I don't know if that's an autistic trait or if it's just narcissistic trait. And I'm very interested to know, is Chris Watts a narcissist? Do they find that out about him? And that's very easy to find in an evaluation, let me tell you, because all they have to do is listen to him talk. And if he puts all the blame on the other person and won't own any of the responsibility, that is a key point. He shows no remorse, no empathy. That's another key point to depict if somebody is narcissistic. Um, if he had, well, we already know he had a double life. He had a mistress on the side while he was being the married man father figure. So there's another strike against him. But it's hard because Asperger's and narcissism have some similar traits. So it'll be just interesting to find out what they find out. Oh, wow. Nard, you've lost a lot of people. I'm sorry. Death has really hit you up close and personal. My sympathies to you, for real. Wow. Oh my gosh, Tracy, you too. Sheesh. I am so sorry. My condolences to both of you. I haven't lost my mom yet, but I lost my stepdad, and that was hard. Oh, you live in Utah. Wow. Oh, that's good, Tracy. Wow. Oh, you're welcome. How sad. Hug Shireen. Yeah, really sad. Wow. It's so hard to lose people, pets, anybody dear to you, isn't it? And I agree with what the interrogators were saying and the detectives about Chris, that he just showed no emotion whatsoever. He talks about murders like it's just making breakfast. That's so disturbing. Even when he was doing his interviews out on the deck. Just, oh my gosh, and smiling, which is why I really think that there's more to that. I don't know if that was definitely a duper's delight smile or if it was, I don't connect in my head that I should be sad and crying at this point and screaming probably that somebody stole my family away from me and could be doing terrible things to them as we speak. He didn't even know how to act like an actor for that whole interview. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good. It's good to be near family, Tracy. It's very important. So anyways, yeah, I think that's what struck me odd was how are you standing there and saying, "Just nobody's there, it's like a ghost town, there's nobody, everybody's gone, they're all gone, and I hope somebody brings them back," but you're showing no emotion, you're just, like, very matter-of-factly telling a story. I would've been like, "My family's not here, I don't know where they are, I don't wanna talk about this, I'm just so devastated, I don't know where they are, I hope somebody brings them back, I don't know, I got in there and there was nobody," and, I mean, I'd be a basket case. I'd not just be sitting there saying, "Well, I hope they come home." You know, I left and they were there and now they vanished and it's just odd. It's odd. Oh my gosh, it's so odd. And even I mean, you just murdered somebody. Yeah, I would have thought I'd have been freaking out. I would so have been freaking out. Now, first of all, I could never kill a person. I don't know if I could kill a person even in self-defense. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, you'd fight back automatically if somebody's choking you, you would think. I mean, if you're not sleeping or drugged out or whatever. And I'm not saying she was. I'm just saying if you're not asleep or in some way incapacitated, you would fight. And if you killed somebody, you'd be distraught over it. Unless you just don't care, unless you're like a psychopath that delights in killing people and delights in hurting people. Not all of them, but the ones that have killed, like Charles Manson, thought it was cool, you know? Um, it was just odd. That was the oddest interview I've ever seen. The whole thing from the pregnancy announcement to the interviews to the lie detector to the interrogation, is all strange. Very, very strange. So I know when they do the psychological testing on him, they're gonna find something. They've gotta find something. Yeah, exactly, Tracy. Oh, I understand, Beanard. People are kind of scary and mean sometimes, aren't they? Some people, not everybody. There's some pretty nice people out there too, but you gotta sift through the garbage before you get to the roses. That's one of my ex-boyfriends once told me. He called it the SH word, which I won't say, but you gotta dig through a lot of you know what to get to the roses. But yeah, just too much didn't add up about that whole thing. Scott Peterson was the same way. But I think did they diagnose Scott Peterson as a psychopath? I'm not sure. What was his final verdict? I mean, I know he was guilty, obviously. But did they say he was a psychopath? I haven't followed it super close, as you know, really not into criminology, but this case is still very much open to me till I know more things about it, especially about him. Yeah, I don't remember either. It'll just be interesting when everything comes out. It all comes out in the wash, as they say. I think that's a kind of a southern saying from when they used to wash clothes by hand. I don't know if he's still on death row. I really don't. Yeah, there's all kinds of major cases going on. I'm not into crime. I am into behaviors and facial. changes and body language, meta messages, all that stuff interests me a lot. So that's why I brought it up, because I really want to know. And because I can't sleep. So I figured I'd come on here and chat with y'all. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe somebody can look that up and get back to us on it. Scott Peterson. I'll look it up right now. Let's see. Scott Peterson. Whoops. We'll say Scott Peterson today. Maybe we can find that out. The latest thing I see is 2017. Let me see if I can get 2018 on here. He's still saying he's innocent, apparently. Scott Peterson. See, now he seems psychopathic to me. Chris seems autistic to me, or Asperger's. Both of them are killers. He's convicted of killing his wife and his unborn son. And of course, he lied about it to everybody's face and acted like he was Mr. Innocent. He did use the Duper's Delight smile. Man, I hate these articles that open up like huge on your screen and you can't even see anything else. Oh, apparently they still don't know what happened to the pregnant woman and her unborn son, according to, looks like his sister. Night, Shireen. Oh, that's awful, Bernard. Just so much heinous, nasty, yucky, ugly stuff in the world, isn't there? It makes you want to stay away from people because you don't trust when somebody's going to stab you in the back. Happens online, offline, everywhere. Dangerous world we live in for sure. But there's happy parts of being here too. We got to focus on those things. Anyway, apparently Scott Peterson's story is still up in the air too. They really don't know exactly what went on there from what I just read. And that's 2018 August. So, don't know. I just know Scott Peterson's interview was not like Chris's interview. Scott Peterson seems very deliberately intentional in whatever went on. Chris does not. Chris is taking this stance of, I don't know what happened to him for the most part. And then, yes, he confessed eventually, and he failed the lie detector test. But yeah, I think there's something going on with that. And I do hope we find out. Because I'm always going to think that if we don't find it out, I'm always going to say, I think he had some form of autism. I think he, in his head, thought that, well, in order to do this, I need to totally get rid of all this. I need to make it like it wasn't ever there. And I don't know that it could have been stopped. I mean, I said, yeah, if we notice red flags, I guess somebody could step in and kind of counsel them. But if something's wrong, if he has some kind of brain damage, it was bound to happen sooner or later. Who says it wouldn't happen with the mistress next? Who says it hasn't happened before in different ways where he's done stuff to other people we don't know about yet? Have they looked into his past? I mean, really looked into it. I know they said, well, we don't have anything against him. We have nothing on him except this. Well, I'm not wishing evil on anybody, Beanard. That's not me. I don't do that. But I do want answers. Who want to know? Anyway, so do any of y'all go to church on Sunday? I'm glad to be getting back to church. It's been a week since I've been there because they canceled church last week due to the snowstorm. And I was sad about that. But they did. Because we have church down on the river in a building that's down near the river. School, so we don't have school on Sunday. It just works out that way. But I've had a lot of jobs, yeah, where I had to work on Sundays too. Then sometimes I'd go to like Saturday services and stuff. You're experiencing slowness? What do you mean, Beanard? Like on your screen? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. YouTube is not always, I see what you mean. It's kind of like there's a delay. It's YouTube. I don't know why they do that or why it does that. It just does every once in a while. It buffers, yeah. I'm sorry about the buffering. There's nothing I really can do to fix it. I don't think. Oh, it's your connection. It might not be. It might be YouTube. That happens a lot on people's videos. I notice that when I go watch other people's videos too. Sometimes spots will buffer and they'll like their face will be here and then it'll go whoop, over to the side. It's kind of funny. Some people purposely do that. Like, did you see in the Chris Watts interrogation videos where Chris was like his head was going like that because they like sped up the video or something? I think they did that so that we didn't have to sit there and watch, nothingness for so long. I'll type it in for you, Tracy. Yeah, that's another thing. I wish YouTube would make it so that you can somehow post personal information or like information you want people to know, like in the beginning of the video when you first come on, so you could see it. Welcome in, whoever just came in. I see that I just got another viewer in here. People wanted me to make a morning video, so I thought, okay, I'll go on and make a morning video. Oh, you're welcome, Tracy. No problem. So anyway, yeah, our church is at 10:30, so we'll go to that and come back here and just chill. I'll probably clean the house because it needs it, especially my floor. I need to clean up my little floor that I built, that I made or laid, whatever. And then I don't know what I'll do the rest of the day. Just hang out with my husband. And then tonight we have our date night movie and whatever. And then I don't know what. Go to bed and wake up and go to work in the morning. Pretty much how life goes. Maybe by tomorrow they'll have new information out. It is not snowing right now. Nope. In fact, we got some green grass that's actually peeking through the little tiny patches of snow. Where's my angel planters? Oh, my statue? It's right there. See it over there? My CC Bella Nico statue that I made. I'll show it to you up close. Hang on. I need to get up and stretch my legs anyways. Here it is. I didn't remember what color the girl's hair was, but I remembered one was kind of dirty blonde. I want to kind of show you the whole thing. Like, there you go. Try not to wiggle the computer, sorry. There's a little bunny rabbit on the bottom. Yeah. Thank you, Tracy. Well, those were beautiful little girls. And I'm sure they still are up in heaven. Beautiful little girls. I'm sure Shanann is beautiful up in heaven, and Nico is a cutie up in heaven, too. I believe in heaven. I believe in the afterlife. So that's what I believe. That's where I believe they are. Yeah, like I said, I never had a story touch my heart like that one. What you need, honey? This? Back scratcher? Hi, buddy. Ugh, okay.
Get her, buddy. Get her.
Here's my boy cat. Oh, like a water fountain, Beanard? Yeah, that'd be cool. I would have to like hook that up and stuff, but that would be awesome. Oh, that's neat, Tracy. Yeah, my baby boy. Oh, my handsome guy. I know you just want love this morning, huh? I know, me too. Mine too. Carmine. He wants to be the star. My baby. It's just such a tragedy that I wish we could have prevented, you know? Mhm. I know, Tracy, me too. It really triggers the rescuer in me, you know? I want to rescue, I want to fix, I want to make it all be better. I'm all about healing the boo-boos, you know? After raising 4 kids. And, "Mommy, I hurt myself." "Oh, come here, honey, I'll kiss it and make it better." You wanna put the Band-Aid on it, you want it to heal, and it just feels like it doesn't heal. Until I have more information, it's not going to heal for me. I want the why. It will help me heal, will help me find closure of, "Oh, yes, that makes sense. He had this issue or that issue." I'm all about figuring things out, you know? Everybody on here that is covering this case or that's even talked about it. We all come at it from different angles, but ultimately we just all want to know why. Yes, there is, Beanard, you're right. There is. Last night was a fun show. I was playing my songs from Sing Snap that I did back in the day when I had a really high pitched voice. That was fun. My baby. Yeah, Tracy, I know. I could sleep. This is Carmine Ragusa, like from Laverne and Shirley. Give us any chance, we'll take it. With any room, we'll make it. We're gonna make our dream come true. Laverne and Shirley. Carmine Ragusa. He's named after Carmine on there. I don't know why. I guess I just liked that show. And I thought Carmine was cool because he's this bouncy, bubbly, sanguine Italian man. And he's really Italian and cool. So I guess that's why I picked his name. Oh, gotcha, Tracy. Aw, I like that, Abernathy. That's cool. I've heard that name before. Don't know what it means, if it has a meaning. Yeah. I'm sorry, Tracy. I can't even imagine. I don't wanna lose my kitties. They're my babies. How long did you have your cat for, Tracy? Was he old or she old? Abernathy Ann and Buddy Honey? Aw. We have 3 cats. We have Teddy Bear, Carmine Ragusa, and Mita Me. 10 years. Aw. Oh my gosh. That's a long time, Tracy. Our kitties are our babies, aren't they? Yeah, you're my baby, huh? You're my boy. You're my boy cat. And this one I lost for 5 months. He ran away. He does not travel well, do you? Oh, they do sometimes. Remember that other cat that I was showing on here? The other Russian blue that I found? I was gonna take him in, and actually I did take him in, and then he ran away on me. I don't think he ran away though. I think he went back to his owner who lives in the neighborhood because I didn't see him on the street. So most likely he found his home. We just didn't want him out in the cold, and it was really cold that day. Yeah, I got mine when they were kitties too. Thank you for reminding me. I need to find that video and upload it of when I was talking and my kittens were just kittens. You're gonna go, oh, that's them when they were babies. Oh, 14 years. Wow. That's a kitty too? What kind of kitty cat was he, Beanard or she? What kind of cat did you have? What was Lennox? I like that name. I actually know a little girl named Lennox. Himalayan. Ooh, that's beautiful. Himalayans are so pretty. I had an Angora one time. We named him Rudolph Valentino because he was found on Valentine's Day. I mean, Christmas. Then he ran away, I think, and then he came back on Valentine's Day. Yeah, those are gorgeous cats. Beautiful. Ugh. I'll get comfy here on my bed. It's early yet. It's still Betty by time. Yeah. I love my kitties. I love doggies too, but they're a lot more work than kitties are. You can't just go out of town or out of state and leave a dog, but you can do that with a cat or cats. You can just have somebody check on them once in a while and stuff. Oh, black and white? Oh, okay. Aw. I have black cats too. I'm gonna try to see if I can post my videos from my other channel on here. If not, I'm gonna try to link them so you can go and look. My other channel, if you want to check it out, I think I've other people said it's working pretty good. It's still on YouTube. Type this in when you go to YouTube. That's my personal channel. You'll see my children, my grandchildren. You'll see me dancing in a church to a song called Stomp on the Devil's Head. Oh, somebody called me a hoarder and called me a freak. Nice. Makes you wonder sometimes, you know? Hi, Patricia. Good morning. It says, this freak is a hoarder, referring to me, apparently. Nice. That's not very nice. I would probably delete that one. Calling me names, saying I'm a hoarder. And I'm not saying that being a hoarder makes you a terrible person either. Some people are hoarders. Doesn't mean they're awful people. It means they have a sickness or a dysfunction and they need help. So we don't name call and treat people mean like that. Aw. Oh, a min pin. I love min pins. I love all dogs really. They're adorable. I love dogs. I even like Rotties, Rottweilers, and pit bulls. I love them all. It's all based on how people raise them, in my opinion. And some of them, it's the breed. There's nothing you can really do about it. Oh, some ladies posting on my comments a mean comment. It just popped up on my screen. I'm glad they pop up because then I know when I go there not to take them to heart and just hit delete or report if they're being crass or threatening. So childish, juvenile. That's first grade stuff, calling people names. A pet pig. Oh, there's a piggy that I watch. It's called Sharon's Zoo. You should check it out. Oh, you'll enjoy it if you love pigs. I don't eat pig at all, ever. Nope. I love pigs. They think they're cute animals. I try not to eat animals, period, but sometimes I get sick when I don't. Check that out too. I'm putting in a plug for her. That is one of my very favorite video channels. I'm pretty sure it's in my favorites. Go on and watch the piggy on there. It's so enjoyable and entertaining. This is a big one though. This is not a small one. Potbelly pig. I think he's called a mini pig, this pig on the channel. And that's just because he's not as big as I guess pigs can get, even though he looks really big. Honey, what's the pig's name on our fridge? Matthew. Husband. What is the pig's name on our fridge? What is the name of the pig on our fridge? Sammy the Hammy. Yeah. His name's Sammy the Hammy. And you gotta check him out on Sharon's Zoo on YouTube. And he's a riot the way he eats and interacts with her other animals and stuff. I would love a potbelly pig, but they're probably a lot of work. And my house is not big enough for a potbelly pig. That's just that's a big animal. And they get really big. Some of them. Oh, anyway. What else can we talk about, y'all? If anything. It's amazing how we jump around on topics, huh? Pretty funny. Think I'll rename my video Pepto Bismol and pigs. Whoops. Kitty cat making a mess. Kitty cat making a mess. Why is kitty cat making a mess is the question. I'm looking on here to see if there's anything else going on right now in the YouTube world. All right. Nothing exciting happening. I'm excited to be with my kids again in general. I like to have family gatherings and stuff. It's pretty cool for me, but I did just see them yesterday, so we all like our space in between. It'll be here before you know it. We'll be having it at my third eldest daughter's house, I guess. So that'll be fun. She has 3 black labs. They always join us and they get Christmas presents too. Well, that sounds fun. All right, y'all. I'm going to get going for now because my dinner was good, Edie. I'm going to get going for now. I'm going to probably try to rest a little bit longer and eventually make some breakfast, get my day started. But I wanted to pop on because somebody asked me to come on and do a morning show. So sorry if they missed it. Nice chatting with you too, Beanard. I'm usually on at night. I won't be tonight because we're having a date night tonight, my husband and I. But you can always catch me during the week, usually 6 or 7 o'clock Central Time, and I will be here. So everybody have a great day, and I will see you on the next live. Have a wonderful day, everybody. God bless. Bye.